Hello. Welcome back to Sidequest Gaming, where we take a look at both old and new titles to try and uncover some of those hidden gems that, games that you might want to give a crack and try out for yourself. Today, we're having a bit of a look at Hard West, Scars of Freedom. It's an indie game that was made quite a while ago, and it's got an expansion pack. It's on sale at the moment for about $2.95, Australian that is. It does go on sale quite frequently, particularly as there is a second title that has come out. It's a bit of a tactical turn-based RPG with some really interesting combat mechanics. I've spent about 5 hours with this title or so let's dive in, give it a shot, start out a new campaign. Okay, let's go start scenario here. And we're just going to go, normal game.
The Old West was a hard place. The only thing in abundance was poverty and firearms. Combine alcohol and hopelessness with greed, envy, lust, and pride, and death is often the result. Crude cabins stood alone in the wilderness, cut off from the outside world. People knew to mind their own business, but isolated, they grew ignorant and superstitious. Some said the devil walked the earth, said lost souls haunted and possessed the living, pushing them past the edge of sanity. In this harsh and dangerous country, no one had it easy, including your family. You were 6 years old when you traveled the Oregon Trail with your mother and father. Food was scarce, and your father, despite being a fine tracker and a crack shot, failed to find any game. It was as if every animal on the trail was spooked by some evil force. Your old man found a small village and tried to trade equipment for food, but this village was overrun by outlaws. They took your mother and decided to trade you and your father to white slavers. But he managed to break free, told you to hide, and set out to save her.
Okay. Alright, let's give the tutorial a shot. Hard West is turn-based. You start. Okay. In this mission, your father must rescue your mother, who's been kidnapped by evil men. You can only move within the range indicated, so let's head on over there. Done. Cover is indicated by shield icons. Always stay in cover. There is half cover and full cover. Full cover provides the best protection, very similar to XCOM. Alright. You have detected an enemy. All characters marked with the red shield icons are enemies. This enemy is out of cover, so your shot will be very effective. We have a 70% hit chance. Let's fire. Bang. Down he goes. Action points. Most actions require action points. Each character starts combat with 2 APs. Shooting typically takes up all remaining APs. When all your characters are out of AP, the enemy turn starts. Luck. Each character has a certain amount of luck. High luck protects from enemy shots, but when they miss, luck is depleted. Okay. Head up here. When enemies are in cover, bypass their protection by flanking them. 68% chance. Done. Another one down. Remember to reload often. Okay, give it a reload. Where does it... Yeah, 6 out of 6. 6 shooter. Shadow spotting. In broad daylight, you can locate enemies by their shadows. You can even shoot them if you have an unobscured line of sight. Soft materials like cloth or foliage can be shot through. Do love that mechanic. The idea that the tents aren't just, going to stop a bullet, that we can actually get them through it. Okay, 60% chance. Nice. That's not good. You ran out of luck and are bound to be shot. You must take better cover. You can use objects in the environment to create more effective cover. Still got me. The red bar shows your hit points. When hit, your luck is partially replenished. You have several attributes at your disposal. Some abilities require luck. So fan fires 3 bullets in quick succession with a 20% aim penalty. I mean, is it 20% aim already, or is it 20% on the 29? Because if it drops from there, that's this terrible idea. But let's see. Hit him at least twice with that, so pretty lucky. That's it for the tutorial. You're on your own now. Okay, cool. Do we see any other enemies from where we are? Not seeing any shadows. Anyone hid around? Okay, we could run up here and still be in a degree of cover. Let's do that. Not seeing anyone around, so maybe we just use this chance to reload. Okay, now we're going to go up against the window. Can we see anything in here? Let's go see this
nowhere to be
chest.
found. He saw the box. What was in it? The simple wooden box contained a head. Your mother's head.
That's dark.
Afterwards, your father found one of the gunmen still alive. The dying man rambled on about some unholy obligation, about promises made by the devil himself, and the rewards they would find in hell.
Okay. I love that music right at the end. That's a great feeling. If only your prospecting was lucky enough, you could get on the Oregon Trail again. This is definitely kind of a
You and your father were
demon
alive,
occult
but all
thing.
your supplies were destroyed. No way you'd make it to Oregon now. Your father decided to stay put and build a life right there. Many years passed, and you grew up. You became a man.
After the fight, so the two of you took over the ruined railroad company buildings and tried your hand at farming. The soil was dry and the land was dangerous. You spent 10 long years scratching out an existence from the dirt. Now you were grown. You figured out the two of you should try the Oregon Trail again. It's what Mother would have wanted. Gold, who would have thought they'd find it here? And just when you needed cash for the journey, time to strike. It's time to strike it rich and get out of town before outlaws and madmen show up. They always do. The masked man controlled all the gold mining. His henchmen sold you a license that let you run 9 prospecting operations. Okay, now we're at the world map. Mine gold until your license runs out. Okay. Where should we go first? Ugly ditch, neighbor's house, or the meadow? Let's go the ugly ditch. Everyone said there was placer gold down in the ditch, but most of it was buried deep under hard rock. Rinse placer gold costing you $15. You extract deeper gold. Let's consider unconventional excavation methods. The unconventional methods were effective but expensive. You first needed to obtain or rent the proper tools. Okay. Let's leave here. Let's head over to the neighbor's house. It looked like the nearby farmhouse was inhabited. You paid them a visit and they turned out to be kind people. You exchanged pleasantries and the customary promises to help one another. More importantly, you met Florence, their beautiful, kind-hearted daughter. All you exchanged were a few glances, but you found yourself to be smitten. Not interested in prospecting themselves, the neighbors tipped you off about a couple of promising spots.
From the day you first laid eyes on Florence, she was all you could think about. It wasn't just desire that she inspired in you. It was the way she saw the best in you, the way she made you feel.
Let's go for the prospecting camp. Let's see whether we can find any prospectors, any tools or anything. Prospectors led by Alexander Kane had been collecting some gold using rinsing pans. Kane had vast knowledge of placer gold retrieving techniques. Okay, so we kind of want to come back here with some money to then be able to get... Okay, so there's definitely like an ideal way to move through this. Collapsed mine. You've heard about this place. A rich mine that collapsed years ago on top of a bunch of miners, burying them alive. Their wives and children still decorate the entrance with flowers. It looked like you could squeeze in, maybe get some of the gold they found. Alright, it might not have been the smartest thing, but we squeeze on in. And we got a blood-stained shirt. As you reached the first opening, you found a skeleton with his legs crushed under a boulder. You wondered if he'd bled out before he died of thirst. His shirt, though stained, was still intact and of good quality. You decide to go even deeper. The next cavern was cramped and full of stale air. You found a little gold, but not much. This feels like we're pushing it. We got some sturdy shoes. You move onwards, wondering how far it is to the bottom. Wounded and weary, you eventually reach the farthest end of the tunnel, and there inside a massive stash of gold. The air must have poisoned you, because as you went to pick it up, you hallucinated a tall man in a suit, smiling and smoking. As you turned to leave, he said, "Just so we're clear, that's mine, but you can borrow it a while." It was all too much. You head back to the surface. As you inched your way back to the sunlight, you heard a low rumbling all around you. You hurried, hands trembling, heavy drops of sweat rolling down your face. You had just emerged, blinking into the sunlight, when the mine collapsed behind you. Alright, so we got a bit of money here. And character screen, so it's Father and Warren, that's us, I believe. God, we look a bit sinister, don't we? Okay, and so we have this card mechanic here, which is how we kind of level up, which I think is quite an interesting mechanic. We can place cards in our hand, and each card has certain impacts on us as a character. So we can put the 10 of spades into Father's hand, and that will give him ricochet, being able to bounce a bullet off one or more ricocheted objects, and gives a bonus of 5 luck. And we can give him the Ace of Spades to grant random powerful bonuses, plus 10 luck. And we can create hands, like 2 pair, things like that, that will have certain impacts as well. So let's just put them on there for the time being. Do we have any bloodstained shirt? Is this a piece of clothing we can wear? I mean, it is. I don't know why we'd want to, but protects from crippling injuries. Okay, so that's why we'd want to do it. Sturdy shoes, plus 4 movement. Let's just... okay, so maybe we'll give Warren the shirt. Dad can have the boots. And the relic... What does this do? Grants healing over time to allies in radius. Alright. Decked out our character. Got $404. I'm wondering whether we learn... Let's spend some money at these prospectors camp. Let's learn the master techniques. We learn how to use a sluice trough. Can we learn more there? No. Okay. Because if we now go back to this ugly ditch... Okay. Oh. You rinsed... I feel like I want to do this one here. Because we had the sluice trough, right? So, and let's leave the other bits for the time being. We didn't really pay back our investment there, but let's go see a damp mine, see what's in here. The mine looked like its hard rock depths were still untouched. There was probably gold down there. Okay, so we can do this across a few different mines here. So we're going to use the gold rinsing to get a bit more. But we don't have the extraction. If there's any methods, we don't have those yet. Is there anywhere else around here that we might be able to go to learn something? Okay, doesn't look like it. We're going to go over to this forge shaft. The shaft has been thoroughly explored in the hard rock depth, but not much apart from that. Let's go the sluicing. Okay, we're getting a little bit more money. And let's go up to the meadows. You noticed a young native woman with a basket picking flowers and carefully selecting herbs. Initially started by your arrival, she then offered you healing herbs for sale. I could buy the herbs or inspect and seek out the healing plants yourself. I think I'm going to buy them. Yep. Okay, so we've now got some healing herbs if we need them. That's not bad. Alright, I guess we start mining a bit more. There was probably gold down. Its hard rock depths were still untouched. So let's go to the hard rock. The mine looked like its hard rock depths were still untouched. There was probably gold down there. Did I get much? I did get a little bit. I guess I excavate the deeper gold too. Income totaled $4. Okay, so that really wasn't worth it. Inevitably news about the gold spread. Okay, so that was my 9 attempts to get the mine. Okay. Father worried you wouldn't make it out on your own. He figured you'd need protection. You disagreed, but went along for his decision for the last time. So I can't... so this is... Can I still get mine from these places? The shaft has been thoroughly explored, but not much apart from that. So let's see whether I can still get some of the other gold. Yeah, okay, cool. And what about the ugly ditch? Everyone said there was gold down in the ditch, but most of it was buried deep under the hard rock. The place of gold had already been exhausted. And we got $40 there. We might as well just get it, everything we can. Okay. Well, it hasn't stopped us here, so we're going to go for the other one here as well. Mine the hard rock. Yeah, okay, cool. So we've mined everything there, okay. Trade outpost. The proprietor was eager to exchange goods with you. Go to bartering. Let's do it. What can we buy? Cash, tobacco, healing herb. Oh, that's... Is this us? No, that's a shop. So we can get a double barrel. Sturdy shoes. We've already got some of these. I feel like we probably want a shotgun, right? That can't hurt us. Do we want tobacco? Improves aim. So if we have a smoke, we aim better. I like that. Okay, so we probably just want to go... whoop. Sorry, was it 40? No, it was 50. Okay. Actually did the right amount right off the bat. Let's grab a shotgun, close. Now I reckon we're going to give that to our son, because Dad seems to be the good shot. Let's give him a shotgun. Close. Alright, ask Crime Lord for protection. Let's do it. The Mexican said he'd help if you split your gold money with him. He left you a bunch of... Let's do that again. The Mexican said he'd help you if you split the gold money with him. He left you a bunch of guns, some empty blessings, and a promise to send a vaquero. A vaquero? I can't pronounce that. To help you out. Okay. Right, we got some guns. Let's have a look in here. Repeater rifle. Yep, give that to me. Navy gun. Similar to the regular revolver, but with bigger slugs and lower capacity. Yeah, let's swap it out for the 6-shooter. Oh wait, we got a friend. Sawn-off Cobra, Western rifle. Repeater rifle, Western rifle. Okay, Cheech. He's our shotgun man, is he? Okay. Yeah, we'll just leave as is, I reckon. I keep pressing escape to get out of this screen. It's just taking me to the menu. Crossroads. Some folks said that just before sunrise there was an electric feeling out on the packed earth of the crossroads, the kind that makes your hair stand on end and sends shivers down your spine. Some swore that they'd met a man there, well dressed and well spoken, who offered them a tempting deal. He could make you powerful in return for a piece of yourself. Yeah, let's do it. Deal with the devil, always. You felt empowered, but more than a little hollow inside. You turned to ask the man if he was normal, but he'd vanished. We received a card. This is quite dark what's appearing here, giving us the notifications, but let's see. Ooh, we've got a few cards. Ace of Diamonds, King of Clubs. Okay, +4 sight, +10 luck. Let's just kind of smash this out here, get as many as we can. And our high card here, our hand, is a pair, which is +4 movement. What if we move... So the King of Clubs over here, do we have a... No, so high cards for the hand. Okay, just loading up Dad. Still doing it with the escape key. Didn't do it that time, I remembered. Okay, an orchard. The man's eyes had been sewn shut with crude twine. He sat perfectly still, his gun in his holster, his stash on the ground close to you. For minutes he didn't make the slightest noise, then he uttered a single, slow sniff. You could have grabbed his gun, grabbed his stuff and made a run for it, but then there was that gun. Oh, you grabbed the gun and ran. Knowing it's better to meddle in affairs you didn't understand, you greeted him simply and respectfully. Oh, yeah, I'm going to greet the guy with his sewn shut eyes and his shotgun respectfully and hope he doesn't do something rash. Nodding, he blessed you. Leave. I did not get anything for that. That's a shame. Okay, nothing down here. Let's defend the homestead. Let's do it. Your family homestead. The bandits were coming. It was the hour of reckoning. You took up defensive positions. Okay, so we get to kind of deck out our guys first as well. Let's just check. Yeah, we didn't get a card when we got the blessing. We've got the herbs. We might as well... Let's throw the herbs on Boyo. And... yeah, let's proceed to combat. You were well armed and prepared to defend your home from the bad man. Play. Ooh, I like the music kicking off there. If Cheech dies, it'll cost you $200. Well, optional. Do I want that to happen? It's kind of like set up almost like it's a side quest, but I don't know why I would want that to happen. Okay. So we're kind of set out. Where are they going to come from? Can't see any of them. Do we have an Overwatch? Scavenger. Nope. Prayer. Relic. So it doesn't look like we can set an Overwatch. Ooh, what do we want to do there? I don't love not having an Overwatch. Let's just see if I can pass the turn. There we go. Yeah, cool. I can picture running out there ending badly for me. Okay, 3 boys. 4 boys. Okay. Whoop. 5. I'm not sure. 6. Okay. There's a few. Now, oh, I got to have a shot again. That's good. Alright, so I can pass the turn and then... Nice. So I can hit with 100% there. 1 down. What do we have here? If I scoot over there, I reckon gonna have a good shot on these guys. I want to see... my secondary for this guy was a shotgun, wasn't it? Will that hit from here? Not super well. What about... That's better. Yeah. Higher chance. Let's do that. Nice. 2 down. Let's give this guy his rifle. Yeah, that's a good... Nice. Okay. Not a bad starting point. That was 3 down. We're in pretty good cover across all of them, so... Yep, cool. Alright. What about this guy? Can I... 64. I really want to get that guy though, don't I? So let's... What if we did... Ricochet? Can I... If I hit... that... into him... Yeah, okay. So we're going to use one of our special abilities here. I like that. That's fun. Didn't kill him though, unfortunately. This guy's close enough, I reckon, for our shotgun now. Ooh, still only 59. Well, maybe Boyo's just not a very good shot. Though that worked. Okay. Can we get 59? So both are on 59. I feel like that guy's stronger, to be honest. Let's go for that guy. No luck. Okay. I should have gone for this guy. He's getting a flank on me. That's no good. Alright. We should be able to wrap a few of these guys up now. I kind of want to ricochet again. I think that would be... Yeah, that's probably our best bet. I love that. Okay, so there wasn't another guy over here. Let's just hold his turn for a minute. Oh, that's not good. Cool. Father's turn. So let's head on over here and see whether we can get a 54 is not bad. Yeah, okay. Got a hit. Why is Cheech not getting a shot? Send over Boyo. Get him into a spot ready to go. Okay. 37. That's not going to do it. That's not the ticket. Let's go his... Can I get close enough to, like, shotgun him in the face? So I think if I run into that little zone, it's going to... he's going to get an auto shot on me, which would not be great. But I reckon if I run over here, it's risky, and take a spray from there. Cone shot. What's... Oh, that's cool. I won't do that. I'll direct shot him. 69 should be able to get him. Oh, no. Point blank with the sword off and missed. Come on, Cheech. You're in trouble, mate. Okay. That was some serious luck. Alright. Nice. Cheech lives. Love that victory sound. If only your prospecting was lucky enough, you could get on the Oregon Trail again. Okay. Really keen on this Oregon Trail. After the shootout, though you survived the attack, Father was worried. He said you should build an underground escape tunnel in case of another attack, but he also wanted you to call the shots. What do we reckon? Nah, too expensive. Let's spend it on guns. When you declined, he never mentioned it again, but you had other things on your mind. The bandits were attacking elsewhere. You rang to make sure Florence was safe. Florence's parents didn't survive the raid. You found her among the dead, weeping. She followed you home and never left. She never spoke of it, but brought fresh flowers to their house in their memory every week. Meanwhile, while you were gone, your father had a visitor, a well-dressed gentleman with a peculiar accent who seemed to appear out of nowhere. His magnificent cologne almost concealed his curious sulphur aroma. Could he be? No, that was madness. The gentleman was quite persuasive, convincing father to spend most of his cash on a lucky amulet. He was fed up with struggling, running scared from bandits, crime lords, and the weather. He wanted the prospecting business to take off, and fast. Still, though, father seemed to loathe discussing the matter. He downplayed the power of the trinket, insisting it probably would not work. Still, things improved. Father swiftly found new digging sites and extraction was efficient. Soon he was able to buy a better mining license. Mine your gold until the license runs out. Can we go back to the trade outpost? We can. We've got coin to spend. What do we got? Does he have anything different? No, still the same old. That's disappointing. Where can we go? Can we go back to any of these old ones? We cannot. Excavation field. What else was over here? Dalton site, excavation company. Let's go there first. Their excavation site and floodgate were being used by the company owned by Chris Jordan. The main source of income, however, was training fees. You learn the simple techniques. I think it's always best that we spend our money on the master gold extracting techniques. You learn how to create and organize an open pit mine. Okay. It was an active site some time ago, with works focusing on the digger and harder rock mining, but no one seemed to bother with the placer deposits. Do we have some unconventional methods yet? No, we don't. Okay. Let's go for the placer gold, because we're good at that. And ooh. My tax went up. I've got tax, that's disappointing. We got some money from there, though. Okay, let's go see. You realized too late that your gold had made the Mexican powerful. He demanded more and more of your profits, and there was little way to stop him. Proud, brave Florence went to parley with the criminal, hoping to appeal to his kinder nature. She knew you would never allow it, so left without telling you, just leaving a note. But the Mexican had no better nature to appeal to. Florence never returned. You immediately prepared to bust her out. Okay. Town first. Let's see whether we can buy something. You visit a small frontier town made up mostly by miners. One of the shops featured a selection of firearms. Definitely what we want. Okay. Ooh, we've got options here. So, we want to hire a miner. Cool, we got another character. That's great. He increases our mining by 10%. We want to inquire about special mining tools. You learn from specialists able to... Cool. Okay, so this is kind of opening up some spots on our map. Great. We just spent a significant investment there. And let's just have a look at the gun shop. Oh wow, I love that. Some of these guns are awesome. Love that. A 12 shooter, 2.6 guns kind of welded together. Okay, these are really interesting. Okay, so I think we're getting to that point where we're going to wrap up our thoughts a little bit. It's got a bit of jank to it. It does feel a little bit janky, but it's quite an interesting game. I really like the theme. I'm a big fan of like the kind of the cowboy sort of era, the 6 shooters, the Deadwood kind of gold rush mining theme. I think it's a really rich setting, and I think it's a bit underutilized sometimes, and I love the combination of that with the demonic element, and I'm fully expecting that as we get into the game there's going to be some kind of magic or occultism type things that we can use. I love this idea of the cards as your level up system. I think this is really unique, this is really cool. It plays perfectly into the theme of, you know, poker being a really important part of that time and that era. And I like the idea of you being able to make combinations of not only different skills to build your character, but getting particular hands that then have a different impact, like the pair, the so on and so forth. I think that's a really cool little mechanic, a little part of the game. The guns are interesting. I really like the different makes and looks of them, and I am enjoying the sort of Oregon Trail style dialogue based quests with their different chances attached to them. I think the combat is a bit, the combat's well done, but it is a bit I don't want to say simplistic, that's not the right word I'm looking for. It feels like there's a way to solve it, and if you have figured out the right way to do things, it's going to work consistently, and if you don't, then you're just going to die, very simply. I could be wrong about that. That's just my impression so far. I am enjoying this game. I think I'll give it a bit more of a crack, and I'm intrigued to see about Hard West 2 and what changes they might have made from there. If you are interested in this game, I've put a link below. As I said, it goes on sale quite cheap, particularly with the second one being out, and it still holds up. So I wouldn't feel the need to jump into the second one without playing this one first. As always, this has been Sidequest Gaming. Love any of your thoughts to be commented below. Please like and subscribe. Do all those great things to help out with this project, help out with the channel. Please, the YouTube overlords and the algorithm, it really makes a difference to me. And if you have any games you'd particularly like to see me cover, or any thoughts about the content I'm creating, I'd love to hear it. Please put in a comment below. As always, have an amazing day. See you in the next one.